Hello everyone, my name is Shadow, and I'll be your entertainer this evening. I'm going to be playing a little more of the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood today. It's a lovely game, where I believe last time we left off with the loss of Aedana, the leader of our coven who originally put us into exile. A quick reminder, this game does deal with some very mature concepts, a lot of crude language, sexual themes, drugs, and of course, a lot of depression, anxiety, and all that. So, as always, if you are sensitive to any of those things and you don't want to watch this, this is the time to step away. As always, viewer discretion is advised. With that out of the way, let's hop back in. Chapter 4, Succession. We are reunited here today to say goodbye to our good friend, Patrice. She lived intensely and died on her own terms. We are returning her body to the earth, just as she wished. Naked and covered in flowers, my body to the soil, my soul to my sister, the stars. You lived in beauty and depart in beauty. Now, some words from her eldest son. I'm not good with speeches, so excuse my brevity. I will always be in awe of all the life my mother brought into this world. And I'm not only talking about her numerous children and grandchildren. I'm talking about her words, her ideas, her wisdom. I don't know if any of us will ever achieve the clarity my mother had. With her gone, we've lost the brightest light in our universe. I wish any of our dads were decent enough to be half the person our mother was. Oof. Wow. Burn. I wish any of them were brave enough to have stayed by her side. Little sad. Oof. Today, I didn't only lose my one true parent, but also my idol. Adios, mama. Te quiero. Thank you, Pedro. Now, Mr. Stanton, you wanted to say something too? That's right. Thank you. I feel lucky that you're all letting me be part of this moment. I wanted to share with you how much of an inspiration her family was to her. She always spoke of you so dearly. She loved you more than anything. Patrice could strike you as a cynical person at first. She always had that I'm too smart to be wasting my time with you vibe. But she was ultimately driven by love. Love of life and of the human experience. I've been extremely fortunate to have been her editor for the past 20 years. And I know for a fact that she has been a mother not only to you, but to hundreds of thousands of readers around the globe. Her unique perspective on pleasure and joy has been an inspiration for many women from many cultures. I am just realizing that this isn't Aedana, I don't think. I think Patrice was one of the women from our main character's past. The sister, I think? She's leaving a bleeding wound inside many hearts, but also a legacy. The world is stronger and healthier thanks to her. And that feeling, that energy, will never die. Thank you, Patrice. Thank you, Mr. Stanton. Now to proceed with the last rites, Maria Fortuna. Yep, that's us. Wait, I want to speak too. Ah, of course. Go ahead. Or no, that's not us. That's just named after us. Okay. Grandma, you aren't really gone, are you? That body covered in flowers. You just had to leave that old husk behind, right? We had so many plans, so many ideas. I can't accept that you'd let a stupid cancer take away what we were building together. Right, yeah? You haven't betrayed me, have you? Fortuna. It's okay, Pedro. Let her express herself. I can't do this by myself. Did you run off to the stars to look for your sister? You promised you'd take me with you to see the cosmos. If you don't come back right now, I will never forgive you. Maria, I'm sure your grandmother will keep guiding you from wherever she is. One never truly leaves this world. Patrice's body may turn to dust. Patrice's voice may have gone silent. But her essence is an everlasting gift we will never lose. Patrice. She's broken free from that name. Now we will call her Autumn. We will call her Tears and Fragrance, a mid-afternoon dream. Enough with the cheesy poetry already. You will never understand my grandmother, or what we were doing together. Maria! I am sorry for your loss. Now, if no one has any more words to share, we will return her to the earth. May your soul bless the stars, Patrice. And there we are, immortal. So, my prediction finally came true, eh? You managed to live 59 years, 11 months, and 21 days. For a second, I believed you'd be able to break free from your fate. You remained a tough bitch even in death. It's too hard to do this without your witty comebacks. I'm sorry I didn't come and visit you after I ascended. But time among the stars sure flies. I wasn't sure how you'd deal with the fact that your sister became a witch. I'm so sorry. That night on the beach, I started walking into the sea and never looked back. But somehow you knew, eh? You knew I wasn't dead. You were the only thing I missed from my time as immortal. It's been tough up there without you. What about one last reading, for old time's sake? What should I ask about? I wonder how our relationship would have been if I had stayed. Do you mind if I indulge, Patrice? The Emperor sits atop a stark, barren mountain, a sign of and unyielding power. The ultimate male ego, confidence, power. I'd have married one of your husband's brothers and we'd have had a big happy family all together. We'd have moved to the Canary Islands, you'd have written lesbian pulp novels, and I've run an online tarot website. We would have run a popular magazine together, with Ava as editor-in-chief. That one, with all of us. We'd have traveled the world interviewing many celebrities. We'd have given a voice to many women. We'd also have made a lot of people angry with her revolutionary ideas. Ah, Patrice, I missed you so much. I I'm going to miss you so much. What the hell am I doing? Reading into the hypothetical? How can I be this cowardly? I owe you more than this. The first and only time I read into someone's death was for you. As a last present, I'll get real. I'll read beyond your death. I'm scared of that presence I found when you dared me to read into your demise. It was lurking there, watching us from the unknown. I'll look into its eyes now, to see for myself where we're sending you off to. Devil. The beast is the keeper of everything that is forbidden. Your servants ooze with lust and invite you to fall into temptation, enlightenment beyond corruption. You'll become an archivist of occult texts, or you'll become an intergalactic detective. Fascinating. Archivist of occult texts. You'll collect and translate many lost and forbidden texts and keep them safe in a massive 5-dimensional library. What? I think I lost my talent. This doesn't make any sense. What in the cosmos am I doing? I'm sorry, Patrice. I'm just spewing nonsense. Don't leave me. "6 feet under my ass." Patrice! Fortuna? What is this? Is this the other side? Why are you in cosplay? Patrice, I love you. Ah, I love you too, silly. Are we ghosts? No, Patrice, this is the real world. I'm a witch. And I believe you are one now too. Oh, fuck me. Hello? Weird spooky mask. Fortuna, it is imperative that we speak before I vanish, Aedana. Talking to dead people. Apparently we have more talents than just tarot. Not what I expected from Aedana. Hello, Fortuna. Is something the matter? I heard you were dead. That is correct. You have never met the corpse of a witch. I keep forgetting how young some of you are. I always thought of death as just that, the end. It can be, if you are killed or erased. But a witch also dies when they lose the will to live. Now I am but an aimless corpse, waiting to be consumed by your sisters, or to be scattered through the cosmos. Why are you visiting me then? Think of me as a ghost, dealing with loose ends. In that case, my exile, is it over? I am afraid it is not. Reviewing sentences now falls upon the next leader of the coven. And who might that be? It is yet to be decided. I'll be honest, I was really expecting Aedana to have been killed. Make this into like a murder mystery sort of thing. I sense something different about you. What have you done? You feel so intimidating. Is it because I am dead? No. You have done something. You changed yourself. You are dangerous now. I don't know what you're talking about. What loose end have you come here to tie up anyway? I want to ask you what you have learned during this brief isolation. Divination can control a community. It's wrong for a single witch to rule a coven. Exile is not a constructive solution. That brief? Ha! This brief? Ah, a summer flower. A millennium is but a breeze for a witch. I don't care that you're a boring old geezer, Aedana. A healthy person needs stimulus. You have barely had to spend 2 centuries by yourself. Do not complain. You will thank me when you are old. I don't think I will. In any case, what have you learned during this period? It's wrong for a single witch to rule a coven, or exile is not a constructive solution. I think it's wrong for a single witch to rule a coven. Your word alone shouldn't be enough for me to spend centuries apart from my loved ones. My judgments are not capricious. I converse with the gods. Divine quorum is more important than the clash of personal volitions. God shouldn't have a say in what happens to us witches either. Nonsense. What was I supposed to learn? Allow me to explain. You have been wrong all along in calling your talent divination. What is tarot, then, if not divination? I should tell you about the nature of this universe. The secret of reality. Consciousness is a responsibility. Everything that is sentient modifies the nature of the realm we inhabit. All that has happened, every phenomenon, is only real because it has been perceived. The parts of the universe that have not been measured are yet to be defined. Your arts do not predict events, they define them. Unknowingly, you are shaping what didn't happen in the past, as well as what is yet to happen. You are not a reader, you are a writer. That is why I exiled you. When you predicted the falling of this coven, you were in actuality dooming us all. I have worked hard to prevent that omen, and I am still not sure if I have succeeded. Only time will tell. Why are you telling this to me now? Because I am dead, and I deem it better that you become aware of the magnitude of your ability, since I will not be here to protect the coven from you any longer. Why didn't you tell me to begin with? You mean it wasn't obvious when you accidentally brought your sister back to life just by reading her fortune? Anyway, because I was afraid you would write me off this plane. I am well aware that you despise me. Keeping you away from your deck was the only way I could think of to ensure some stability for the coven. Come on, I'm not the villain you think I am. Says the woman who summoned a behemoth. Likewise. Fair enough. Remember, you can manipulate anything that does not exist. The future is the most obvious implication, but I am also talking about the past. You can alter anything that did not happen. So, Dahlia's past then. Damn. Oh. Interesting. Oh. Oh. Oh, so she... So I picked the option of her potentially trying to kill Aedana over her having a lover, her having kids, and I think there was one other. And that actually changed it? Goodness. The coven is about to go through some turbulent times. I do not think you are mature enough to handle your talent. But it is not in my hands anymore. Do as you please with this knowledge. I understand. Thank you for telling me all this. I have a parting gift. Knowledge. I know many witches will come to you for guidance in the near future. We cannot fix the immaturity of your character, but I can at least offer you knowledge. Take one of my eyes. Are you sure you only have like 6 of them? It will allow you to see the unseen. It will open the gates to the wisdom of the gods. I pray you use it wisely. You will play a critical role in the fate of the coven. This is too much, or I am thankful. Absolutely not, it's not too much. I'm getting power. I am thankful. I'll make the most of it. I mean, if it was me, I'd lock it in a box just in case she's using it to spy on me, but hey. I do not really care anymore. I will not get to witness any of it. Why are you giving it to me, then? It was etched into the cosmic wheel. I can only obey. I see. I also want you to have this. Huh. New Arcana, the Coppersmith. And it is expensive. Dear substance of kin, forsake the mortal hex, abandon flesh, abandon sinew. Thou art now my magic, thou art no more sin. Curious. Thank you, I guess. This is a Super Arcana. Any card created with this image will allow you to access more readings than with a regular card. Hold on, how do you know that I'm creating cards? How did you... Even if you believe me a farce, the gods truly speak to me. They told me about the new deck you are crafting. This custom deck, it suits your arts better than the limited tarot. So my decision to have you exiled has paid off in the end. So what? Do you expect me to thank you? I expect nothing. I am dead. You talk a lot for a dead woman. Just saying. This will be the last time we speak. Do you wish to say anything else to me before my departure? Thank you for everything. I hope you burn in hell. F you. Is hell a thing? I could probably write that for her, since I'm apparently a writer. I have not liked her this entire time, but her reasoning kind of does make sense. I don't want to thank her, but none of these are passive-aggressive is the problem. It's only aggressive or passive. Yeah, she knows I don't like her. I hope you burn in hell. Hell does not exist. Figures. Anything else? I will make this coven better. Know you made many of us miserable, or I hate you. Know you made many of us miserable. I kind of want to say I will make this coven better, but I know I'm the reason that its downfall isn't coming. So I guess, know you made many of us miserable. I made you stronger. I will leave now. Wait. I really, really hate you. I'm happy you're dead, or any last advice. Let's see if we can get any advice. No. Darn it, should have used the chance to be spiteful. Goodbye. I could have been spiteful, and instead I tried to get powerful, and she had nothing. Are you alright? No, still processing. This is great news. Still processing. Why? This is too much responsibility. I shouldn't toy with people's fates. Or even worse, their pasts. I concede that you messing with the past is somewhat unsettling. But the future? Aren't we all messing with each other's lives all the time anyway? You just happen to have the upper hand. I don't know. More than that, as the sole possessor of this talent, you have the responsibility to use it. You have the power to change this universe for the better. Own it. Maybe you have a point there. Some individuals lead covens. Some others run societies. Some beings can eat whole galaxies. I mean, I have the power to grant wishes. Own your talents, Fortuna. You're right. But these cards, it's not like I have total control over the readings. There's chance involved in the shuffling. What if a card only offers me tragic outcomes? You'll have to face some tough decisions, sure. But that's just like the rest of us. Sometimes there are no good outcomes. You have a talent for putting a spin on dire situations, don't you? Ha 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 ha. I've found myself stuck between a rock and a hard place too many times. I have a knack for looking on the bright side, for my own sake. That's really human of you. Or that's really behemoth of humans. I was here first. As I said, a true reality spinner. Aedana told you, reality is modified by consciousness. I may be a master of that. Ha ha ha. In any case, I may need some time before I feel ready to read the cards again. Nonsense. I need you back in the game as soon as possible. Do you want me to look into what was bothering you then? Well... Come on, do it for me, please? It's alright, I won't push you. Or using knowledge. Is it about Gloria the First Witch? Here's what I'm wondering. Is this knowledge thing a one-time use? Because if it is, I don't want to use it here. Abramer is comfortable. It's alright, I won't push you. Thank you. I think I want to keep Abramer in a comfortable space. I don't think knowing his backstory will affect things too much. So if that knowledge thing is a one-time use, I want to use it somewhere else. I'll tell you what, let's put your talent to work in service of more immediate benefits. What about altering the Coven's relationship with behemoths now that Aedana is gone? It's not a bad idea. But what if what we find in the cards isn't good? I don't think there's anything worse than being forbidden and hunted. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's put this deck to use. Let's see. We want to look into how the Coven deals with behemoths. Right. And then we will look into what's worrying you. No, I told you. That's not going to happen. Alright, I had to try one last time. Shuffling time. Crisis. Oh, this is Dahlia's card. Okay. Authority, sabotage, adversity, leadership, purpose, rivalry, tragedy. None of these are exactly good for this, I don't think. But that's the card I got. You, a Brahmer, will get to rule this coven. A witch from our coven will develop a magical trinket to enslave behemoths. Ooh, no. Because that's gonna be Louise, I think. I don't want her to get in trouble. Behemoths are too dangerous, and they will always be forbidden. So I do have a variety of outcomes here. This one would refill everything I'm low on. And it seems like the best outcome for behemoths and their relationship. I'm not sure how I feel about him ruling the coven, though. This refills red entirely. But it's like the polar opposite problem. And this is just stagnant. Problem with this is that it keeps me out of it too. Since I made a deal with a behemoth. I think this is the best outcome for me from this. You, a Brahmer, will get to rule this coven. That is magnificent. So bold of you to go with that reading. We've been ruled by a witch who allegedly hears the voices of gods in her head for an absurd amount of time. We might as well have an almighty behemoth as our leader for the next season. So bold, so bold. In any case, you offered the coven as payment in the fire contract. So this is just like sealing the deal. Maybe you saved them. Because it could well have meant that the coven would disappear. Now you've left it in good hands. You know what? Fair enough. Well played. Don't make me regret it. Don't worry. Thanks for trusting the direction of the coven to me. I will take care of you, sisters. And you, of course. Your deck feels way more dangerous now. I doubt I'll ever subject myself to your divination again. In all the universes I've existed in, nothing has ever made me feel so fragile. You must use these powers wisely, I beg of you. Well, I never expected to get a behemoth to beg. This is serious indeed. It's not a laughing matter, Fortuna. Hey, don't look at me. You're the one who's always teasing when it comes to life or death issues. Got a taste of my own medicine, huh? Now I see it's not funny. Please accept my apologies. Come on, don't be so uptight. I've got your back. Sure. Look, you've got mail. Right, let's see. Dahlia. Dahlia and, Jasmine. Dahlia, though. Fortuna, did you hear? The old bitch kicked the bucket. Let's celebrate, come on. Hey, Dahlia. Aedana is dead. Aedana. Let's go out and celebrate. No, I can't. Why not? That hag is out. F rules. My freedom is in the hands if whoever becomes the next leader. Then I'll become the leader. My first order of business will be to ban fucking exile. I wish. No, I mean it. I'm running for office, Fortuna. Oh wow, really? Can't picture you running the coven, to be honest. I thought you despised that kind of responsibility. Yeah, but you know I was planning on overthrowing Aedana. Got cold feet in the end, but this is a great opportunity to change things without resorting to violence. We've endured too many centuries of abusive leadership. I'm determined to revitalize our clan. Follow me, and I shall deliver freedom and happiness. You're even more energetic than usual. I'm raring to go. Fortuna, join me. Let's rule this coven together. I get the feeling that both Dahlia and Jasmine are in the running. And those two are gonna get in a fight because of it. Why don't you tell me about your plans first? Of course. Sorry, I got caught up in the moment. Don't you think I'm a dumb witch? I have a solid plan. I've done some research, and the 5 pillars of our coven's law are judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, and witch duties. Interesting. Judgment is how we decide who fucked up and what to do with the coven. Law enforcement is how we punish those who fucked up. Forbidden arts is how we deal with dangerous stuff. Mortal affairs is how we deal with people, animals, and everything non-magical. Witch duties is basically what every sister has to do for the coven. Now, Aedana was basically all, fuck you, I rule. Fuck you, I exile you. Fuck dangerous stuff. F morals and, well, F you. That's a lot of F-bombs. I want to change things radically. Try a new system, more open and inclusive. Judgment, runic judgment, law enforcement, exile. Forbidden arts, banning. Mortal affairs, exploited at the coven's convenience. Witch duties, strict quarterly controls. Interesting. Okay, so that's Aedana. Judgment will be something held between all members of the coven. All important issues will be solved after hearing everyone's input, then celebrating a referendum. It's more feasible, since our coven has less than 100 members right now. There won't be law enforcement. All issues will be solved amicably between the affected parties. I feel like there still needs to be a little bit of law enforcement. Isn't that a bit naive? What if they can't reach an agreement? We'll submit the case to the arbitrage office. Okay, fair enough. I don't see why we need additional enforcement since we have a magical pact already. I see. Following that line of thought, there won't be any forbidden arts. I believe that banning things begets temptation. It's better to share knowledge and educate witches about its implications. Then about mortal affairs, I believe we should cut all ties with them. So that's... oof. That's gonna suck for people like Louisa. This may seem radical, but I believe we are way too privileged to dare tamper with human lives. I say leave them be. We have a whole universe to toy with. As for witch duties, instead of asphyxiating quarterly controls, I say we get a magical tax to pool resources for the coven. Any witch could go about her life however she wants, provided she shares a proportional part of the magic she draws from the cosmos. We'll use those resources to help newcomers or any sisters in need, or to develop some ambitious communal project. That basically sums it up. Okay, I think... so her judgment is probably going to be okay. Law enforcement might struggle a bit. Written arts is... it's what we're after, at least. Mortal affairs, that's going to suck for some people, especially the ones who, you know, like Louisa, are in love with a mortal. The witch duties one, I think, would work okay. As long as it's not like a high tax. Because if people can't cast the same spells that they were casting before, they're gonna get very riled up. Oh, there's a pressing matter too. We have to decide how to deal with Aedana's corpse. We can either devour her or scatter her throughout the cosmos. Come again? Apparently there's a lot of magic stored inside the corpse of a witch. If we literally eat her, we'll all become more powerful. But if we free her magic, a lot of women will be able to ascend and become witches. We could almost double our numbers. I firmly believe that we should share her magic with the universe. We may become more powerful should we devour her. But there's a special strength hidden in diversity. Okay, I think that one's good too. Freeing Aedana's magic, welcome new witches. It's probably a good one. More points of view and the clash of new wills will make us grow in more interesting ways. That pretty much sums up my stance, so are you with me? I mean, I haven't even heard if Jasmine's actually in this yet. I already know that Abramar's going to win, but, you know. She definitely has... I think she's good on most of them, at the very least. And the ones that she's not, I think, are manageable. So yeah, sure. Hell yeah, I'm in. That is fucking fantastic, Fortuna. We can do this. Okay, cards. Am I going to win? Wow, hold your horses, Dahlia. That question may be too heavy, especially now that we know we can literally write the future. And we already know who's going to win. Why? Jasmine is planning on running for office too? Of course she is. You made me pick a side before I even knew that. Let's clear things up so we can save ourselves the pain of a campaign. If you want to solve this by shuffling a deck, you might as well meet with Jasmine and flip a coin. And none of that would do. Voters are going to need a campaign to be informed at the very least. Ah, sure. We can still do the theater if necessary. But I'd rather know who's going to win already to dispel all the anxiety. I refuse. That would be unfair to Jasmine. Better think of a different question. Okay, I get it. What to ask? Oh, I know. Who are my enemies gonna be? And what kind of dagger should I forge to face these trying times? Whoa, playing hardball, are we? The future of the coven is on the line. Let's pull out the artillery. Understood. Focus on your warrior spirit while I shuffle the cards. Guide, discovery, justice, predestination, and luck. That could be good for the dagger, I think. Wisdom, forge a dagger that channels knowledge. Presence, make yourself a dagger that inspires respect. Resilience, infuse the handle with it so the dagger can withstand your grip during these trying times. All of these seem good, so this one's blue and yellow. I could use the yellow. 2 purples, not necessary. Purple and red. I could use some red. Let's go with presence. Presence, make yourself a dagger that inspires respect. That's it. Great idea, Fortuna. I'd say you're intimidating enough as you are. I don't know if this is going to be overkill. Haha, shut up. I'm not intimidating, I'm just intense. That's a bit of an understatement, but you do you, witch. Will do. Thank you, Fortuna. Yeah. Well, there's Dahlia's card. And it's the only one left for enemies. The oldest witches will conspire against you. An arbiter is going to be on your tail, scrutinizing every move you make. Jasmine will pose the biggest threat to your campaign. I do not want to turn them against each other. We're not doing that. The oldest witches will conspire against you. That gives me 2 yellow and 1 red. I need both of those, so we're going to do that. The oldest witches will conspire against you. I knew it! Those hags are gonna hate my program. And I know they're already salivating at the thought of devouring Aedana's corpse. Over my dead body. Well, strike that, because they definitely eat me too, haha. I hope those old bastards don't try to play dirty for their own good. Else they're about to meet the wrath of a warrior witch. Nice to see you all fired up. They won't subdue me. What's the matter? Not to undermine your craft, but I doubt a dagger will be enough to deal with the oldest witches. They can easily outsmart us. What do you say we draw an extra card to explore what measures to take given this predicament? Absolutely, lay it on me. Alright, here we go. Origin of species. Introspection, yearning, passion, and power. Interesting. You'll be powerless. No. Make a demonstration of power before the coven. Extend an official duel challenge. Well, we're not saying she's powerless, so it's gonna be this one. Make a demonstration of power before the coven. Extend an official duel challenge. A duel? Against all of the old witches? That sounds harsh. Maybe just extend an open challenge and tell them to bring their meanest. Go to the tallest bully and hit them in the face. It's so primal, I love it. Doesn't sound very diplomatic, but I'd say it suits you. I didn't know elections could be this thrilling. I'll do just that, thank you. And that's a wrap. I hope this was useful to you. Well, I'd have preferred to cut to the chase and see who was going to win. But this'll have to do. Thanks a lot for taking the time. My pleasure. Before I leave, I wanted to ask you for another favor. What's up? Another friend of yours summon a behemoth? No, silly. One of the things that matters to me the most is how we deal with Aedana's corpse. I believe it is extremely important that we open the gates for more women to become witches. And because of that, I'd love it if you met with our most recent addition to the community. She's so new she doesn't even have a name yet. Please, let her come to see you. You can help her find her way. And you get to see how diversity will make her coven richer too. It will be my pleasure. Tell her to come whenever she's ready. Thank you so much. I'll be going now. I need to start putting a team together to deal with the campaign. See ya. Bye, Dahlia. We have a lot of energy now, so I'm gonna make another card. Quick intermission between the campaign stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot we made a... I don't remember her being over here last time. I feel different. Aedana's eye is pulsing. Oh, literally. Pulsing inside my skull. I feel as if I could see beyond the pictorial representations of Arcana. Maybe I could spend a little magic to peek behind the cosmic curtain. Curious. Very curious. I actually don't have a plan going into this, so... Up until now, I've had a plan for almost every card. At least to some extent. Now we just are going to find something. Let's do the Opera House, and let's study. O ancient eye of our former leader, allow me to pierce through the fabric of this magic. I desire to know more. That's all? Really? I can tell it's an error because of this. Because it costs air energy. How does this help? Okay. Whatever, we're selecting the Opera House. Now, who's performing at the opera? Actually, this would fit pretty well, I think. A behemoth born from the erratic retelling of a popular fable. And where better to tell a story than an opera house? Protection and community. Okay, so I will get a little more. Just depending on what level I'm looking at, it seems. We are selecting this one though. And then props for the story. To announce your will and desire. Demons. I mean, thematically a book would be great, but I don't think it fits this. Let's just study this real quick, see what it has. Strength, support, determination, and resilience. Literally just telling me it's energy. Great. If you steal the eye of a snow cat in a glass doll, it will come to life and protect you until it shatters. Okay. So, symbol and background, it seems. Literally just get your element. Arcana allows you to see more. Let's do the pith cloth. Small doggo up front. And small lamb. They sleep upon a blanket. Perfect. valuable lesson. The chambers of the opera house make all meanings resonate through every context, authoritarian but fair. The wolf mother dispatches discipline with fury. The soldier's pith-cloth stimulates purpose and conflict. Authority, sabotage, adversity, guardian, ego, justice, judgment, test, support, success. And just for the fun of it, got a valuable lesson that we just saw, the Necronomicon from last time, the Sunday Bouquet, Crisis, which we've seen a few times today, Blue Whisper, Sinner's Rebirth. I liked that one. Millennium, Origin of Species, and our first one, the Dove Breeder. Very lovely. Well, let's go see what Jasmine has to say. Dear Fortuna, are you alright? I have some difficult news to share with you. Let me know when I can come and visit. Love, Jasmine. And in she comes on a little bit of moss. Hello, Fortuna. I come with terrible news. I don't know how to say it. Aedana is dead. You knew already. An arbiter told me. Oh yeah? How so? She's following my case, and deemed it important to let me know. So the arbitrage office is still looking into your case. I'm glad to hear that. And how are you handling the news? I'm shocked, or I celebrate that the coven is rid of her. I celebrate that the coven is rid of her. Fortuna! Why do you have to be like that? A fellow witch is dead. She was a tyrant. Things will change for the better now, I'm sure of it. Actually, about that. The first order of business is to decide how to deal with Aedana's corpse. Yeah, Dahlia was here a couple of minutes ago and she brought me up to speed. Ah, good. So basically, we have to decide whether to be fewer but stronger, or weaker but more diverse. What's your stance on this? I believe we should devour her. Changing government and all. I believe that it's just not the best time to receive that many new trainees. That's already enough turmoil in having to establish a new direction. We need to be stronger than ever for the sake of our sisters. I see. And speaking of that, I'm running for leader. Yeah, so I heard. Girl, you're well informed for being isolated on this asteroid. What can I say? Anyway, I thought the coven could use some tender, loving care after Aedana. Will you help me with your divination, Fortuna? Can I count on your support? Tell me about your program first. Ah, but of course, sorry. Right now there are 5 pillars in the rule set of our coven. Judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, moral affairs, and witch duties. Judgment is how we deal with conflicts within the coven, how we determine who's at fault and such. It's also the executive branch tackling the coven, where the coven is going and how we deal with major events. Right now we have runic judgment, basically it was Aedana consulting with the gods. I believe we shouldn't leave witch law in the hands of exogenous forces. My proposal is that judgment should be in the hands of the oldest 4 members of the coven, in agreement with the leader. Okay, that's not bad. So any judgment should come by quorum of the 5 wisest witches. Then there's law enforcement. Right now, witches who put the coven in jeopardy are sent to exile for a variable amount of time depending on the severity of their actions. And it's truly horrible. My proposal here is that witches accumulate warnings depending on the severity of their transgressions. And eventually, should they fail to change their behavior, they will be expelled from the coven. That's actually pretty good. No witch should endure what you're going through, Fortuna. Letting witches go to find a new coven that's a better fit is a more humane solution, in my opinion. Then there's the forbidden arts. That's how we deal with hazardous magic and knowledge, such as summoning behemoths, necromancy, and so on. Right now, when the coven determines something could put their community at risk, we ban it. And I believe it should stay that way, so no changes on that front for my part.
Darn it, Jasmine. You're doing so good. You're doing so good, but I can't...
Next point, mortal affairs. That's how we deal with humans and other lesser beings. Aedana determined that mortals should be exploited and manipulated for witches' convenience. I don't like that at all. I don't believe any soul to be a lesser being to begin with. I believe we have the responsibility to protect and guide mortal societies. We have the power to better their lives, so we must do so. And last but not least, there are the witch duties. That defines what members' obligations to the coven are. Right now we have the infamous quarterly controls, and should a witch fail to deliver, they'll eventually lose their membership. I propose a policy of zero vigilance, to trust that a member of our coven will always strive to better our community. Contribution should be at every witch's own pace and discretion. Oh, there's also the issue regarding what to do with Aedana's corpse. I say we should devour her and become stronger. That basically sums it up. What do you think?
Oh, I think you and Dahlia should talk. Yeah, I think you and Dahlia should maybe, mesh? Because, some of these are really good, some of these aren't what I need to happen. And because of that, I kind of can't side with you. I really like the whole Quorum of the Five Wisest Witches thing. And Expulsion After Many Mornings. Obviously, Guide and Protect is going to be the better option for mortal affairs. But I kind of can't side with keeping the Forbidden Arts banned. I need to side with Dahlia because of that. And she did have a good solution for witch duties. And I guess she sort of had a good option for judgment as well. I'm not sure what's better between the two of them for judgment. The one problem with this one is, how do you determine who the five wisest are? Who decides that? Because one's obviously going to be the leader. But then the leader's got to pick the other four, you would think. Which means the leader's just going to pick the four that she trusts. And then, how to deal with Aedana. I really have to side with Dahlia on how to deal with Aedana. It's not that I don't feel like the coven becoming stronger is a good thing. That absolutely would be good. And I get where Jasmine is going with that. But ultimately, none of these people would be in the situation that they are. They wouldn't be witches if it weren't for the fact that the magic in the cosmos allowed them to ascend. And if they devour Aedana's corpse, they are basically taking that opportunity away from other potential witches. What do I think? See, I have an easy out here. I already promised Dahlia I would help her. Oh, is that true? I wasn't aware she came to you first. I'm sorry. Well, it's important to keep one's word, so I won't insist.
But this doesn't mean I won't try to win you over. There's a lot of campaigning still to come.
I am so glad I invited Dahlia over first. That was a much easier out than having to refuse her.
In fact, listen, there's someone I would like you to meet. Maybe she'll make you more sympathetic to our cause. Jinrisha, the mathematician witch. She also believes we should devour Aedana and become stronger. Jinrisha is the oldest and wisest witch in our coven after Aedana.
Oh, I'm sure she does want to become stronger then.
I'm sure she can make a strong case for why we should absorb our former leader's corpse.
Sure, tell her to pay me a visit.
For now, I should be leaving. There are a lot of people I need to meet to get my campaign in motion. Take care.
Do your best. See, that little bit in particular makes me think that Jasmine is being used. Like, by the older witches. Which is concerning. The fresh smell of political turmoil. Rejoice, Fortuna. This is the perfect scenario to, quite literally, play our cards. Ha 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 ha. Things could get messy from this point on, yeah. How do you feel about politics? Rather keep politics out of my games. I enjoy political discussion, a necessary pain in the ass. Necessary pain in the ass. Yeah, I see how they could become suffocating for a mortal. Abramer, are you talking to me? Too many hows and whys. I think it's important to stay in touch to a degree if you don't want to be insensitive to the status of your community. But I sure hate many things about it. Ha 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 ha, I get it. What are your plans for these elections, then? Why did you choose to go with Dahlia? Honestly, I like Dahlia's program better. Like, they both have problems. But Dahlia has the things that I specifically need. She may get upset about it, but she'll have to understand. The direction of the coven is not a matter to be taken lightly. If either of them don't respect my stance, they aren't suited to lead to begin with. Good point. By the way, I'm curious about one thing. Why didn't you tell any of your friends about the true nature of your divination? You know, the little divination about being a writer and not a reader. I'm scared. I'm scared about how they would react. But I'm also afraid of myself. I'm still figuring out what this rediscovered power means and what to do about it. I don't feel any different, but the pressure is immeasurable. I see. I am afraid too. But I'm here with you. I can help you get through this, Fortuna. Whoa, are you so afraid that you're desperate to get on my good side then? Ha, you wish, witch. Jokes aside, I already told you that this is the first time I've ever encountered, throughout my many existences, something that truly terrifies me. But I'm starting to enjoy that feeling. Makes me feel alive. I wouldn't mind partaking in that thrill. Why don't you write yourself some courage? Okay, I'll draw myself one card. Or no way, what if I draw something horrible? I can draw myself a card. Wait. I was just pulling your leg. This is too risky. What if you draw a card ripe with fire magic and you end up in a bad place? You're right, better not play with fire, or a seer shouldn't be scared of their deck. I'll do it. A seer shouldn't be scared of their deck. I'll do it. Aren't you afraid of the consequences? Of course. But if I let fear dictate my actions, I would never have summoned you to begin with. Ah, you may be right. What exactly are you planning to ask, anyway? It's more of a request than a question. I want to demand that the deck submit to my will. It's not likely that I'll ever stop using it, so I'd better tame it. You sure are something else. Let's see how this gamble of yours plays out. That's not a card I made. I did not make that. The cosmic wheel. The cosmic wheel spins forever between the folds of existence. It holds inside its clockworks every piece of reality that is yet to be defined. Meanings, everything. The cosmic wheel has decided to manifest as a card and will allow me to envision every possible past or future. Wow. Summoned the fucking cosmic wheel out of sheer willpower. I think I'm in love. Shut up. Well, how does it work? This card will be in my deck from now on. If I draw it, it'll allow me to access every possible outcome of a question. Damn. You didn't fully remove the element of chance, then. That'd make divination pretty dull, right? What a lame thrill seeker you are. You're right. Congratulations. You never cease to amaze me. Glad to see you're having fun. Speaking of fun, looks like you've got mail. Oh? Summon the cosmic wheel for your deck. Got the Arbiter, Dahlia, and someone with a puzzle box. I guess I'll see the Arbiter. Dear Fortuna, I'm sorry to only contact you as the harbinger of bad news, but I need to meet you to pass on a message from your friend Greth. Yours faithfully, Thea, Arbiter Badge 210, rank Waxing Crescent. Oh, Greth. Hello again, Fortuna. How are you? Hello, Thea. Come on. Hello, Thea. Get on with the bad news already. Ah, of course. I wish it didn't have to be this way, but Greth broke the magical pact. Summoning a behemoth is not something any of us should overlook. I had to arrest her. No. Why, Greth? This is horrible. I wish I could have done something about it. Come on, Fortuna. Don't torture yourself like that. You wouldn't understand. What is there to understand? Is there something we're not aware of? Stop writing shit down. Leave me alone now, please. Okay, I'm sorry. Before I leave, Greth wanted you to have something. Oh. Get very young. Terrors often roam the cosmos, unable to harm anyone, until someone lets them in, and they become fears of a whole sisterhood. It's expensive. That is so expensive. Thank you. Take care, Fortuna. Poor Greth. For the attention of which Fortuna, our colleague Jasmine asked me to meet with you to explain the advantages of devouring Aedana and becoming stronger as a group. This is an important matter, so let me know when I can visit. At your earliest convenience. Faithfully, Janisha. This is Dahlia's familiar. Ah, Yo Fortuna. The newcomer I told you about is ready to meet you. She doesn't even have a familiar yet, so I'm contacting you on her behalf. Say the word and I'll bring her to your place. Dahlia. I want to meet that one first. Hello? Weird red sparkly thing on an elevator? Am I supposed to do something with this? Yes, I am. Fuck me, I look like shit. I don't know why I even bothered to go shopping if I don't feel like eating. I guess my future self will thank me when I get stoned tonight. Today is my birthday. Should have gotten myself a cake or whatever. I'll put a candle on a hot dog or something. Haha. Will Denaton release a new game soon? Been way too long since Hotline Miami 3. Maybe I can start another run of Elden Ring 2. Are there 2? I thought there was just 1. That might be just setting lore. That might be trying to imply that this is somewhere in the future. But now I have to look into that. I don't know why I even get up in the morning. Life doesn't make any effing sense. I don't make any effing sense. How does everyone else manage to not hate themselves? I wish I was brave enough to drop out of uni. I don't even like computer science. God, rather than go to work in an office. I'd rather not work at all. Wish there was a way to stop existing altogether. Oof. Would my life be better if I had been born on Earth? Without universities, without corporations, just surviving on the old planet? I wonder if they have video games over there. If they don't have corporations, they probably don't have video games. So it'd be pretty hard to get a computer or a console without corporations that make them. I hope those idiots don't ask me to hang out today for my birthday. I don't feel like seeing anyone. Oh. Fuck. I forgot the toilet paper. Surprise! Come on, guys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Dead. Oh. Oh, I see. Oof. Ah, that stings. Happy birthday. Did we surprise you? Ah. Come on, make a wish. I wish... Don't say it aloud, or it won't come true. Okay. In that case... Hiya. Welcome. I'm Fortuna. Nice to meet you. What's your name? I don't know. That's fine. I guess you're still figuring things out. Yes. First I need to come to terms with being in outer space and having become a witch. That's right. You're a witch now, girl. How do you know I'm a woman? Only women can become witches, so there's no doubt about it. Everyone seems to be clearer than me on everything. I haven't even had the chance to get out of the closet to myself, but everyone here keeps addressing me as a woman. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you rather have me switch back to masculine pronouns? Hell no. I'm sorry. I'm just angry it didn't all happen on my terms. Well, you have an eternity ahead of you to enjoy your true self. I guess I should be celebrating. But I can still picture myself out of this ugly beard and hoodie. I believe I can help you with that if you'd like. What do you have in mind? Some kind of glow-up? He'll be the one doing the transition. I'll just offer some guidance. It's not very different from what all of us witches had to go through. None of us ascended in these cool robes and hats. I'm an engineer. I wouldn't even know where to begin with designing an outfit. It'll all come to you. Trust me. Shall we perform a rite? I did it for my sister once. You can just relax. This is a pretty cool moment in a witch's life. I'm in your hands. Whatever. First of all, I'm going to summon a Fate Mancer's disc to check on our chances of success for the ritual. Chances of success? Does this mean I can fail? Not really. It just means you'll take more time to figure out your witch identity, but it'll come to you in time. Great. Just try to enjoy it. Sure. What do I have to do? There are many ways to go about this. My favorite one is by making some tea. I'm going to interview to try to find some elements that are fundamental to your existence. And we'll pour them into this teapot and brew a cathartic infusion. Fancy. Sounds so surreal. But sure, I'm game. It can be pretty delicious. A good friend of mine taught me this method, and now I wouldn't go about it any other way. I'm kind of envious, since this is something a witch can only taste before transitioning. Are you ready? Of course. Interview the shit out of me. Question. Tell me about yourself. What to say about myself? What do you like to do? A bit of your background, whatever you think is essential to your being. When I was about 10 years old, I saw a boar trample a friend to death during a school trip. That is oddly specific. It's the first thing that came to mind, and I find myself thinking about it too often whenever my mind's idle. Of course, let it flow. I like electronic music, video games, spicy food, Western movies, and gardening. Oh, gardening can be a great asset for a witch. Well, I mostly grew marijuana and chili peppers. Is there pot and space? There is. Everything in the universe. But recreationally speaking, there's way better stuff you can get a hold of now, being a witch and all. Nice. I could do with some of that. Sure, I'll set you up with a friend of mine. Did you do anything creative? Not really. Maybe cooking? I love cooking, but too often I find myself too depressed to cook anything at all. Well, you have all the time in the world now. Sure. So, did you find anything useful? Something fundamental to her being that childhood trauma would do. considered creative, the cooking was a major thing. I don't want to add the trauma because I don't want it to stick, is the thing. I want that to be something she can heal from. Let's do food. Whoa. Is something the matter? Not at all. It surprised me, but as you said it out loud, I felt a strong connection to it. You nailed it. Great. Now, question. What would your ideal aesthetic be? I don't have a single clue. Definitely not this. Use your instincts. Pour out any keywords that may come to mind. I don't know. What could be the opposite of this? Too embarrassed to say anything out loud, to be honest. Not comfortable speaking so openly about how I'd like to look. Take your time. Something flashy? Sexy? Shit, what am I saying? I feel like any look would be too big for me to fill. I want to feel good about myself, but I also don't want to overdo it. A witch isn't capable of overdoing her looks. You met Dahlia, right? Fuck yes. But she is one hell of a woman. You're one hell of a woman too. I don't feel so ready to own that. Okay, how about... something empowering seems good for her. I'd love that. So, you really think I could pull it off? I don't have any doubt. Okay, let's go with empowering then. Cool. What would you dream of doing as a witch? I don't know. What does a witch typically do? Eat children and curse towns? No. Well, not typically. You can do whatever you want. Some of us take care of magical gardens. Some others craft daggers. Some others organize cosmic orgies. Myself, I dabble in divination. I don't know. I just want to have fun. Make some true friendships, visit different places. I felt trapped for too long in my apartment. I want to be free. You can do all of that outside of your occupation. Any crafts you may be interested in? I don't know. I was preparing myself to become a computer engineer. I also enjoy growing stuff, so making potions, or maybe an explorer. Any excuse to visit lots of cool places. I see. What to add as your vocation? I mean, she did mention that she does recreational gardening earlier, so I could see a gardener witch. That sounds interesting. Are there gardens in space, though? Of course. The best kinds of gardens. Oh, now I'm intrigued. I'd very much like to tamper with some magical growth arts. I can put you in contact with a great mentor in that regard. Yes, please. Sign me up. Perfect. I have enough. Let's pour you a cup. The odds on that disc of yours aren't as high as I'd like them to be. They're good enough. Fill the rest with your willpower. You can do this. Alright. Let's drink this. Cheers. Hello. Oh my goodness, you look amazing. Do I? Yes, you are stunning. Can't wait to get in front of a mirror, but I feel stunning myself, yes. I feel weightless. This is amazing, Fortuna. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Congratulations. How can I ever repay you? You just become the best witch you can be. Enjoy it. You can count on it. Can you feel it now? You're calling? Yes. I am the Peppermancer. That is so cool. What are your powers about? I don't know yet. Something spicy, that's for sure. I need to find a fitting name for this persona. And I need to figure out what I'm gonna do from now on. So many questions. I feel anxious and excited. I can help you out with that. My specialty is helping witches deal with questions using my deck. Oh, Dahlia told me about that. I was kind of bummed when you decided to brew some tea instead of letting me see your deck. So, yes please, I'd love to see your cards in action. It'll be my pleasure. I do kind of wonder if there are different witches that emerge based on your choices there. Like if I'd picked electronic music instead of spicy food. I propose we look into what role you'll play in the coven, so you can form a better picture of where to direct your training. Yeah, that's cool. Also, what do you say we look into your future to see what you'll call yourself, so you can start using your name right away? Yes, please. I can't go by Untitled Witch Project forever. Is that like a file name? Nice. Anything you want to ask while we're at it? I'm fine with just that. Let's leave some room for discovery. Very well. Now focus on these questions while I shuffle my deck. Sinner's Rebirth. Judgment, Test, Rivalry, Tragedy, Change, and Rebirth. Change and Rebirth. That is very apt. Let's do roll. Your beginnings will be tough. Conservative witches will put you through absurd trials just to undermine the validity of newcomers. At some point you will break the magical pact and be forced to serve as an arbiter. Curious. I think she's got that. Your beginnings will be tough. Conservative witches will put you through absurd trials just to undermine the validity of newcomers. Why would they do that? Right now the hot topic in our coven is what to do with the corpse of our former leader. And there are two fronts. Those who want to absorb her and become more powerful, and those who'd rather scatter her throughout the cosmos so more witches can ascend, just like you did. I am afraid you're about to become a tool for political discourse until the coven settles down. And what if I just go and beat all those challenges? That would make a strong case in favor of accepting more newcomers. Wow, what a shift in confidence. The peppermancy suits you. I don't know, I'm raring to go. Say, can we look at how I'll do in such trials? Of course, I'll draw a new card. Guide, Discovery, Justice, Predestination, Luck. I like that for success. You'll be ground down, and the conservative witches will use your failures. No! No, that was... Why? No! No! I mean, no! 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 Fuck me and fuck those hags. Shit, why does there always have to be sickening people like them, even in outer fucking space? I just want to be left alone. It sucks. But I'm sure there will also be many cool witches that will be happy to become friends with you. Myself to begin with. Let's just stick to what I've always done. Surround myself with people who love me, fuck the rest. Sounds like a plan. There's only one left. Astrid the Peppermancer, Ileana, Nova, Cassia, Faye. Cassia, I think. It sounds kind of like capsaicin. Or, no, not capsaicin. Whatever the thing that's in pepper that makes it spicy is. You're a Cassia, the Peppermancer. Whoa, Cassia. Sounds so alien to me. Feels like stealing the name from the identity database or something. But I like it a lot. I'll do my best to live up to this name. Thank you so much, Fortuna. You're welcome, Cassia. That's a wrap. How did you like my divination? Super cool. You've got a great talent. Although I'm not sure if I'll resort to it again anytime soon. There's something dreadful in becoming aware of fate's existence and knowing you can't escape it. Not that you're to blame, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it can cause that effect. I'm sure I'd lose it if I had a talent like yours. So tempting and so scary at the same time. I'll stick to the peppermancy. Huh, it can be maddening at times, yes. What are you planning to do now? Dahlia wanted to introduce me to more people, and now I feel ready for it, thanks to you. Happy to hear that. Please come and visit me anytime. I will. Goodbye. And one more visitor. From Junrisha. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having me. I'm not used to dealing with young witches, so first of all, excuse me if I say something too blunt or out of place. Haha, don't worry, that introduction was polite enough. Good. You need to vote for Jasmine. I don't care for her program, really. It is just imperative that we eat Aedana's corpse. Well, I thought you came by to do some convincing, not just to order me around. We are inches away from unlocking a new whole dimension of understanding. There will always be time to open the gates to more witches. Who knows? It is possible that if we ascend higher, we can directly grant illumination to anyone. That'd be convenient, huh? I can expose some pretty solid arguments, if I may. Be my guest. Do you mind if I summon a Fate Mancer's disc to calculate the chances that our interests will align? Go ahead, I'd rather do this without the disc, or I know your disc's secret. Is it a cheater disc? I'm just gonna go without the disc for now. A pity. Understood. We'll do this the old-fashioned way. The first thing I want to use to demonstrate the advantages of harnessing power is a present. I learned that you craft your own cards using Arcana. With enough power you could create your own, and not be limited to the ones found in a grimoire. Here. Penitent one. The lone survivor of the Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow, so named because those in the congregation took a vow of silence as a form of penance. And again, it is very expensive. Thank you. While I was at the mercy of the Inquisition, I met a penitent pilgrim. He didn't say anything, but he left a lasting impression on me. Using my holistic formula, I captured his essence in the form of a super arcana for you to use in your divination. Think about the possibilities if you were able to etch any element of the cosmos that marked you into a card. Is that enough of a reason to keep more witches from ascending? It feels too egotistical. I'm aware that for someone as intelligent as you, flattery won't be enough to make up your mind. So next, allow me to make a demonstration of power. Oh, thrilling. What do you have in mind? Thanks to my understanding of the holistic formula, I made myself immune to fate. Ahem. Sorry I laughed. It sounds way too ludicrous. Then go ahead. Read my fortune. Throw me your meanest card. It'll be my pleasure. But wait, my formula may damage your deck in the process. Are you sure you still want to go through with it? Well, if there was a time to use the knowledge. Then we'll see if it pops up again. You're planning to dispel my card, aren't you? How did you... Is there a way to get a hold of one of those magnificent third eyes of yours? Would you like me to help you find one through my divination? That sounds tempting, but as I told you, I am immune to the arts of fate. Not much of a perk right now, huh? Ha. It's alright. I have my own ways. Even at the cost of a card, do you still want me to demonstrate? I believe it'll be a very valuable lesson. I spent a lot of energy on those cards. What if I draw the cosmic wheel and I lose that one? That's the one I don't want to lose. I'll take your word for it. My deck is too precious. That's a pity. It would have been a pretty enlightening experience for you. Maybe, but I spent way too much time on these cards to let you break them in any way. If you don't embrace entropy, you will accumulate too much baggage to be able to prosper as a witch. Attachment limits growth. I have my own ways. I am sure you do. Well, what's your next solid argument to persuade me towards eating the old hag? I feel that's enough for today. Your mind is too burdened for me to effectively impart wisdom. That's a shame. It's a crying shame. I'll come and see you again in the future. Oh, you're welcome to come any time. Farewell. Quite a character, this Drenrisha. She's a bit full of herself. I sympathize with her. She has that kind of look only a behemoth can recognize. What do you mean? Those eyes. You only get them when you manage to peek behind the curtain. They evoke a calm dread, if that makes any sense. I can picture myself getting there at some point, if I keep delving into the mysteries of this deck. Maybe. Maybe not. You are too stubborn for that. Hey, I'm not that obstinate. If anything, I see you acquiring the presence of a master. It requires a special kind of confidence to evoke that.
Oh, thank you.
Only idiots and erudites manage to get there. And I'm still on the fence about which one you are. Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha, very funny. Well, no guests or nothing. What to do? Alright, what do we have here? Excerpt of On the Four Elements, Water, by Witch Eugenia. A witch can easily fall in love with the element of water. Water is the substance of all things, their nature in a vacuum, its platonic ideal. Love, desire, sadness, even hope. Anything is able to hold or channel feelings. One could say a piece of wood isn't able to have its own genuine feelings. That emotion is in the heart of the beholder. But multiple experiments throughout history have proven this hypothesis wrong. Take this very same piece of wood and leave it in a home full of love. Let a family take care of it, talk to it, embrace it. Then take this piece of wood to another planet and leave it in the middle of a forest. Observe animals walking around it with the utmost respect. Eventually, we would be able to witness a wandering artist falling in love with that piece of wood and taking it with them to carve the most beautiful piece of art. Water has infinite potential. Any element can absorb a massive amount of water energy. When full, water will start overflowing, impregnating any other elements in its surroundings. Combine water with water and you will unlock boundless potential. You will access the maximum power that anything has to offer. Water and water is the realization of potential. What to do? Sleep. I'll just rest for a bit. You dream about. You find yourself at the age of 5 collecting bones from small animals in the middle of a red forest, loaded with autumn leaves. A misstep makes you drop the bones into the river and the water catches fire. And we have a visitor. But I think we'll probably deal with that visitor next time. Because I am all out of time for now. It has been lovely. We didn't quite finish a full chapter this time, but I think that is my time for now. Thank you guys for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed. It was quite lovely getting to meet Aedana for the first time and creating the Peppermancer. Hopefully we'll see her a bit more in the future. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed. As a reminder, if you want to see any of the previous episodes, they are all uploaded on my YouTube channel, ShadowT5er. If you are watching this on YouTube and you'd like to catch it live in the future, my streaming channel is twitch.tv/ShadowT5er. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next time.